Well, good afternoon, everyone. It's great to see so many faces, so many folks joining us today. We appreciate it. We're going to go ahead and get started and hopefully get you out of here with some helpful, fun, and useful information that y'all can utilize in your work. So I just want to say hello, friends. Welcome. We appreciate you joining us today as we share our picks for the top products of 2021. My name is Steve Baker. Prior to joining the Magellan Promotions team, I was actually at the University of Minnesota, where I worked in a variety of roles for about 10 years. During that time, I was a client of Magellan Promotions, actually. And I'm not just saying this because I work here now, but I really truthfully had a great experience working with Magellan for our promotional products. I built up a great relationship with the team, and that led to my role. And I'm here to connect with our clients and work with our team to see how we can be of help to you. Speaking of our team, I'm joined today by my colleague and friend, Alyssa. So I'll turn it over to her so she can introduce herself.
Hi, everyone. My name is Alyssa, and I am the Director of Accounts here at Magellan. So I work with our clients basically throughout the whole process, from the very beginning of finding ideas, product solutions, all the way through the very end, making sure whatever products you did pick, make it where they're supposed to be, when they're supposed to be. So I've been with Magellan getting close to 5 years now. I'll kick it back to Steve for some housekeeping.
Thanks, Alyssa. So we're so excited to have you all joining us today. Just a few quick housekeeping items. Given that we're going to be actually showing you some physical products today, we found it's really helpful to change your view in Zoom to the speaker view. So that way you can really see in all their glory the products that we're going to be showcasing. So you can do that in the upper right-hand corner of your Zoom window and adjust the view to speaker. As you have questions throughout the webinar today, feel free to drop those in the chat. We'll make sure to either answer those during the webinar or follow up with you individually in the event we don't have time. And as we're showing our picks for the top products, if there's products that you really like or you love or you're excited about, let us know. Give us a thumbs up, drop them in the chat. Let us know what you're thinking, if there's something that really catches your eye or that you're interested in. And then we'll also be offering the opportunity for you all to receive samples of some of the products that we're showcasing today. There are a few that we're unfortunately not able to offer samples of immediately following this webinar. Spoiler alert, we're going to be showcasing a sweatshirt and a hammock. But if you are interested in running those items, you can certainly connect with your personal account manager at Magellan, and we can work with you on next steps. We're also going to be hosting a raffle. 2 lucky attendees from today's webinar will be receiving one of our sweatshirts that we're showcasing today, and we'll let you all know about that after the webinar. So again, if there's any products that you like that you'd like to receive a sample of, you can choose up to 3. Feel free to drop those in the chat as well, and we'll make a point to get those over to you following the webinar. If you're not familiar with Magellan Promotions, we're a unique promotional product marketing company because we really do specialize in the solutions, not just providing you with the product, but coming up with ideas that can address your challenges. And we utilize our expertise that we bring from a variety of backgrounds that we all come from as a team, as well as our experience of decades of experience actually in the promotional product marketing industry. So we use that to really create impactful and engaging promotional product marketing solutions for you to help you connect and resonate with your audiences. And one of the ways that we come up with these ideas and these solutions is by attending an event called PPAI. So I'll kick it over to Alyssa to share a little bit more about what that event is.
Yeah, so every year, our industry holds what's called the PPAI Expo, and it's the largest industry trade show where our production partners will showcase both new items and items that have been very popular over the last year. So this typically takes place in Vegas, but this year it was done virtually, which actually was positive for us because more members of our team were able to get involved. And really what we're looking for when we go there are items that will excite your audiences. We're looking for items that are useful and have a good why behind them. So as we're talking about the items today, Steve and I will be sure to point out why we chose those items and how we can see them being used. So with that, I will kick it off with the first item, which is the Fill It Forward water bottle. So We really like drinkware items. They're one of the most popular categories for us. So we always try and make sure that we have a drinkware item in our top 10 list. But this one is extra special because it also combines an eco item. So basically the idea is that there is a sticker with a barcode, if you can see it on here. And every time you fill up the water bottle, you scan that barcode on an app on your phone. And each time you fill up the bottle, a few cents are donated to all different charities. So there's different spotlights, and the app is really neat. You can see where your filled up water bottle money is going, and they're usually organizations that help get clean water or other water related focuses. The other way that's kind of unique to use this is as a group campaign. So your company or university can set up a group campaign with these water bottles, and you can see the total amount that's donated after a certain time or how many water bottles are refilled. So it's a really fun way to build community and add a little bit of excitement with the water bottle.
Thanks, Alyssa. And again, folks, if there are any items that you see that you really like, you're excited about, give us a thumbs up, drop it in the chat, or if you'd like to see a sample of any of these items, feel free to drop that in the chat as well. Sticking with the eco theme item, our next product is something that's been trending in retail, and it's a reusable sandwich bag. Now, we've seen an option for this last year, but we really like this option this year because of the material and the price point. If you get around 500 of these, it's about $1.25. It's really durable. It's got a double seam. It's also got the different colored top, so easily identifiable for whatever items you might put in it. It's a great product that's easily mailable. Also a great product for an event or for staff as well.
Steve? So the next item that we will showcase is a tea towel. So it's a little bit hard to see on here, but it's basically a kitchen towel. And we also really like those kitchen items. They're a great promo product because people like to receive them, but they're not always the most fun things to buy yourself. So it hits that sweet spot there. We especially like the towel because it's a very visible, usable item, and it also is pretty long lasting. It also makes a great giveaway and gift. So one fun way that we've seen this talked about throughout the last couple of months, especially during this COVID time, is as a pairing with a virtual event. So if people are having a baking event or a drink making, anything like that, sending this along beforehand has a good physical interaction there. So you're getting some community building while you're still having those virtual events. So we've seen the recipe printed on the towel beforehand, and I think it's just a cute way to use it.
Thanks, Alyssa. So I'm really excited about this next item. We always like to have an apparel item in our top products, and this is something that we haven't seen before. Again, I'm really excited about it. It's so fun, it's so unique, and it's also a multi-use item. Now, some of you actually might have seen this item already on a little show called Shark Tank. So the item that we have is called the Quick Flip. And the founder of the company, when he pitched it to Shark Tank, it's considered to be one of the best pitches in Shark Tank history. I'll try and do it justice and give you a little demo of what this product is. So bear with me for one moment. So the Quick Flip is a sweatshirt. Now, as we're approaching spring, I'm in Chicago, we still have a little snow down here, but you wear your hoodie, it starts to get warm. So what do you do with it? You can put it around your waist. You can do the yacht club over the shoulder, or you can drape it over your shoulder. But if you drop something or you bend over to tie your shoe, the sweatshirt falls off. Now it's in the mud, it's in the dirt. What do? So that's how the owner came up with the idea for Quick Flip. So you take your hoodie, and all you have to do is turn it inside out on itself, and it converts into a drawstring bag. I didn't know I was going to be modeling today, so I hope I'm doing all right out there. But what's great about this is there's plenty of space to put additional items. Thanks, Alyssa. There's also options to have an additional pocket to store your keys, your phone, any other pieces. And then when you're ready to put your hoodie back on, all you do is open the bag. 1, 2, 3. You've got your Quick Flip ready to wear. So this is a really fun item, something super, super exciting. I love it. I've demoed it now a couple times to family and friends. But this is great for if you're looking for something fun and unique for maybe staff apparel or even as an item to give out at events. Again, really fun, usable, unique. And what's great also from a promotional product marketing perspective, you have the opportunity to do imprint not only on the sweatshirt itself, but when you convert it into the drawstring bag, there's also opportunities to have imprint areas as well. So you can keep your brand out in front of everybody as they're wearing it as a hoodie or as a drawstring bag.
Thanks, Steve. That was impressive. And,
Thanks.
I see Dana asked a question about an idea of the price point on there. So I've got it in front of me. I'll just touch on that quickly. So at 144 pieces with a one color imprint, it runs $28.94. But definitely reach out to your account manager and we can get you some more details on other options with that. Okay, so I'll jump in with the next item, and it is a mailable poly bag, full color. So throughout the last year, we've seen mailings increase just a huge amount, trying to get something physical in front of people when we're not able to be around. So we've been doing mailings for years, and we've had a pretty good selection of branded boxes, branded envelopes, other ways to have a pretty big impact when they go through the mail. But this was a hole in our product offering. So having a full color envelope or poly bag, my apologies, just kind of opens up the doors to what we're able to offer. So we really like this as an alternative to boxes. It's a little bit less expensive to ship, but it still has that really nice impact going through the mail. So for reference, I have a sweatshirt in here, plenty of room, and really durable to go through the mail. So we see this as a great option for mailing campaigns where you want to do something impactful for when people open up the mailbox and see the item, but you don't quite have the budget for a box.
I love that. That's great. Sticking along the theme of mailable items, the next product we have is actually something that's been around for a while. We saw an increase in use, especially during COVID, but it's actually a tech key, or a clean key, a tech clean key that's paired with a postcard mailer. So the tech clean key itself, really lightweight, easy to carry around. You can put in your pocket, on your keys, in your purse, or in a bag, but also still has a lot of great use even after coronavirus. But what we love about this piece is it's paired with a postcard. So it can go through the mail. You have the opportunity to do custom messaging on the back. Comes in a nice poly bag so it stays protected, stays together as it goes through the mail. And we just really love this piece. It's easy, affordable. It can be a direct mail option, but we also love when you can pair a promo piece with a marketing piece. So you really get the most bang for your buck. And this just allows you to do exactly that. Give your audiences something tangible, something usable, but also make it personable and connect a marketing piece with that as well. So again, great price point. Dawn, I see you like this. All right, we can maybe get you a little sample after.
It's also National Engineering Week. I'm just throwing it out there. Shout out to all your engineers.
That's great.
I'm married to one of those.
And just to give you an idea, if you look to get around 500 of these, they're $3 a piece. So great price point.
Awesome. Thanks, Steve. I'll circle back on a couple questions on the poly mailers. As a reminder, this is what they look like. They do come in different sizes, so we can accommodate those larger items like the sweatshirts and go down to some smaller options as well. This larger option that I showed with the sweatshirt inside of it runs at about $1 at 500 pieces. So I think that is it on those. I'll switch over to our next item. This is my personal favorite. So it is a puzzle, and I'm sure a lot of us have been doing more puzzles throughout the last couple months. It's an item that we had talked about for quite a while, but now it's more and more relevant and just something that people are using more. So we've had puzzle options, but this one's a little bit different than what we've had in the past. That's why we added it to the list. It is a 200 or 300 piece puzzle, depending on which option you go with. So it's nice because it's a step up from those really easy puzzles, but it's not as much of a commitment as those 500 piece puzzles. It also is similar to what Steve was saying, pairs that marketing piece with the promo piece. So the puzzle obviously is full color. You can do whatever picture, anything you want on there, but it also comes in a box that is completely branded. So you can do messaging on the box, you can do images, anything you want. This whole area is yours. And then it's also shrink wrap. So it has a really nice retail look as well. So I really like this piece. I think it's a fun one. An example that I wanted to share that we saw done this year was that University of Iowa Law School sent these out for one of their class reunions, and it was actually using a photo of that class. So the people who received it had an image of themselves on the puzzle, and it was just a fun way to engage with them and set up the puzzle and find themselves and take a look at their old class picture. So I thought that was a really fun way to use that this year.
And a little shout out to, looks like Miranda joined us today, who actually ran the puzzle. So glad to have you on. And that's a great example that we always love showcasing. And I don't know about y'all, but I started a lot of puzzles during quarantine, coronavirus, but didn't finish many. So I like the idea that it's a little easier to complete. Okay.
Yeah, everyone loved them. They were a hit.
Awesome.
That's great. Awesome. Okay. Now, our next, so we'll also keep track of the questions too to make sure we can get to those at the webinar today. But our next item, you may be thinking, Steve, how are you getting this radiant glow on your face during this Zoom call? Well, the answer is our Pixie Light. So this is a product, we love having tech items. They continue to be popular. So we always like to have a tech item on our list. And this was something that we actually saw a number of different options at PPAI, but this one was our favorite. So the Pixie Light clips onto your phone or your laptop. It also has a charging port, which I was doing prior to this call with a little charging cable, USB cable. But we love this. It's lightweight. It's got a great little imprint area. So that way you can keep your brand, your image, your logo in front of your audiences. And it's also, I mentioned rechargeable, but you have 3 brightness settings. I'm not going to shine it directly at you, but there's 3 brightness settings. So that way, depending on what your situation is, 1, 2, okay, that's a little bright, but just to give you an idea. So we really love this. It's great if for folks who might be working from home or to use on your phone, if you're doing any social media from your phone and need additional lighting. And this is also great for, any events that y'all might be hosting, great for clients or for staff gifts. It's also a really great product that you can incorporate into any interactive mailings that you might be doing, since it is so small and lightweight. Again, really fun product. I've been using it quite a bit since I received the sample.
Thanks, Steve. I'll circle back a couple puzzle questions. This one is not set up as a self-mailer, but as we're thinking about it, it definitely could be. So if anybody's interested in that, reach out to your account manager and we will figure it out. It's a sturdy box. I think it could go through the mail just fine. So we can definitely talk about that. That's a great idea. The price point on it is $16 at 500 pieces. I believe that's for the 300 piece puzzle. So again, we'll be sending all of this info afterwards. You can take a look specifically on the info. So I'll jump into my next item. It is a hammock. So I don't have the room to set it all up and don't have any trees behind me to do it. So I'm keeping it in the bag for you guys right now. But essentially, your imprint would go on the outside of the bag here. And then all of the straps, cords, everything you need for the hammock are inside of this bag. And then you can set it up and the bag stays attached to the hammock. So you still have that branding on there and you're not losing it as you're using the hammock. The bag stays attached to it. And then it all packs back in here very easily. I tested it out a couple times and was pleasantly surprised how easy it was to get everything back in. So we really like this one because it's a reasonable price point. It's a great outdoor item, especially as people are moving more and more things outside. It's a fun item to be able to grab, bring with you. It's a great gift and just a really usable item that people will enjoy receiving.
Nice. Thank you all so much for your questions. This is great. It's great to see the activity in the chat. Steve Landgraf, great to see you out there, bud. Lot of love for the Pixie Light. I'm right there with you. And there was a question about battery time off a full charge. I received the Pixie Light last Tuesday, didn't charge it at all, and have been using it almost every day, not all day, but almost every day. And it was just starting to fade a little bit now. Before the webinar today, I charged it for maybe 15 minutes and it was back up to full brightness. So we can look into just the specifics and let you know what the full charge is. And then there was some questions about the hammock as well, in terms of, is it nylon? Are there weight limits? And could we see a picture of it set up? And we actually we've got a showroom that we put together for y'all today with all the products that does have an image of the hammock all set up. So we can show you that later. Alyssa, do you happen to know?
It's a nylon material, so
Okay.
it's pretty durable. And also I think it would hold up well, very easy to clean. Yeah, it's a pretty strong material.
Did they give any specs on? I don't remember the weight limit off the top of my head.
I don't know off the top of my head, but we can follow up about that.
Okay, awesome. Great. Okay. So sadly, we're on our last product. Try and hold back the tears. Don't use, I think there's a crying emoji, so try not to use that. I know I'm sad about it too, but our last product that we have isn't necessarily a new product, but it's a new way that we've seen the product being used, and that's with these pop magnets. Prior to joining Magellan, I was at the University of Minnesota, which is where the Twin Cities area is where General Mills is headquartered. So I was really excited to receive these in the mail, but we love these. Again, not a new item, but a new way to use the item. It really colorful, also fully customizable. So in terms of number of magnets, shape of the magnets, colors that you want to use, it's really affordable. Again, a great price point. If you get 500 of these, it runs about 78 cents. So it's a really great lightweight piece that's also a great enhancement to a marketing mailer that you might do. You could fit it in an envelope or brandelope, a box. So again, can go through the mail really well. And then you can pop out the magnets. You could put your logos or mascots, or even if you wanted to do a little one with like a pennant or important dates or deadlines or your company's logo, or just some fun images, a great way to get your messaging out there and in front of your audiences.
Thanks, Steve.
You bet.
Circling back, one question on the hammock. I believe it only comes in black right now, but the showroom will have that info and we can follow up if there are more color selections there. And then just kind of jumping off of what Steve said about the magnets, I did want to touch on stickers. Now, we don't have them as one of our top 10 items because we don't consider it new for us. We've been doing them for quite a few years, but they are still definitely one of, if not the biggest item that we do. We recently launched MagellanStickers.com, so I highly recommend going to that website and taking a look and seeing those offerings that we do have. It's still a hugely popular item, has a ton of different uses, and I just really encourage taking a look at those.
Yeah, I would agree. I'm looking down at my laptop right now and my keys are covered with different stickers from all over. It's just, they're so fun. It's such a fun and interactive piece and really something that you can get at a low cost and really have a high impact. So we're big fans of stickers. Just checking. Thanks for everybody dropping in the sample request. This is great. Love to see that. Love to see the love for the products that we picked. We're certainly big fans, which is why they made our top 10 list. I did want to just briefly show y'all the showroom that we put together for today's products. And we'll send this to you afterwards, but I know there was a question about, could you see the hammock setup? So we've got a nice little image here, but these are all of the products that we showcased today, where you can find some additional information, imprint information, specs on the products, as well as pricing. There's that quick flip, love that. and the Pixie Light. So again, yeah, all the products you can see here, we will be sending y'all a follow-up email after the webinar today, and that'll include the link to the showroom. So that way you can access that, take a look at the products. And if you are interested, we'd be more than happy to send you a formal quote for any of the items that you might have an interest in, so you can get an idea on pricing and production time. And we've got an awesome team of account managers, Alyssa being one of them, who just make it so easy for you. And they're great. So we can help you with that from start to finish. So we do have a few minutes here for some questions. I know we've had some questions come up.
I can jump in with the first one, Steve.
Yeah, please do. Yeah, I was just sorting
Okay.
through the chat myself.
Yeah. So a question that we got before the webinar was asking about how to create better branded items using imprinting. So how to make it attractive to students or recipients so that they want to use them. And the first thing that came to mind for me is just paying attention to the logo, how large it is. A lot of companies will choose to do a tone-on-tone imprint, which I think is a very nice look. So it's a little bit more subtle and will encourage people to wear it, but you're still getting your branding out there. So I'd say that things are leaning more towards a retail look, having some more unique designs and having a little bit more thought into it than I think had traditionally been done.
And Alyssa,
I'm happy to talk about that more. If anybody has follow-up questions, feel free to email me and we can chat.
And Alyssa, could you just give a quick overview what tone on tone is?
Oh yeah, definitely. So tone on tone, I wish I had an example in front of me. It's basically doing two blues. So you have a darker blue item and then your imprint would be a lighter blue color or vice versa. Or we do a lot of mugs where it'll be a matte mug and then you do a gloss imprint. So it's a little bit more subtle, but it has a really unique look to it.
Thank you for that. There was also a question just regarding, and Kate, thank you for dropping this question in the chat. Really appreciate that. Asking about product availability and are these products available or, are we seeing any delays because of COVID? Alyssa, would you mind jumping in on that one?
Sorry, I just got it.
Oh, good.
So I would say the vast majority of products are readily available. I've been pleasantly surprised on how things have been going. I would say the biggest issue that we're facing is in some of those low-cost t-shirts in the basic colors. So some of the inexpensive shirts in the blacks and grays in the larger sizes, the stock just isn't there. We're not able to keep up with it. The nice thing about shirts is there are a ton of options. So I've never run into an issue where we can't find an alternative, but it just may take a little bit more thought than it had before that. So I'd say that's where the biggest delays from COVID are happening. As far as production and everything, we're back at 2 weeks for most items, if not quicker, and we have all of the rush options back as well. So we always like to say if somebody has any sort of event coming up, feel free to reach out, let us know, and we'll see how fast we can get things done. There's a lot of options for getting things done quicker than the 2 weeks.
And then maybe one more question, and Alyssa, I'm gonna ask maybe if you could take this one, but this came from our friend Dawn, which Dawn, I just gotta say, I love the Finding Nemo background with the Batman mask. I'm a huge Batman fan. So
I work in the School of Engineering and Applied Science, so it's C's, so everything is C's related. So that's why we have Finding Nemo.
Love that.
Stuff.
That's great. Well, Dawn was just asking for the rest of the group as well. For the water bottle, in terms of fundraising, would folks be able to choose where those funds are going, or is it, a predefined organization?
I believe it is a predefined organization for just the basic water bottle when you get it. There's more options with the group, so it's definitely something that you could look into with picking different things. There's a lot of engagement on that app. I've been playing with it the last couple of days, and you can join different groups for the state you're in, things like that. So I'd say there's opportunities there, but what I've tested so far, there's a set organization, but it's been they have nice little write-ups about it. It's really interesting to see.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I know we're coming up on times, and I do want to be respectful of all of your time. We really appreciate you joining us. This has been so great. We love talking about all these fun products, and promo's supposed to be fun, right? So we had a great time, and hopefully you all did too. Following today's webinar, we'll select the recipients of the drawing for the quick flip, and we'll reach out to those individuals to determine sizes and colors. In addition, following today's webinar, we will send you an email that'll include the link to the showroom. We'd also be happy to connect with you individually if you'd like, and just some other useful information. So we'll be sending that out by tomorrow, so that way you have access. And if you want to share with any of your colleagues or associates, if you did request samples in the chat, we'll be compiling those, and placing an order for those samples and have them shipped directly to you with the address that you provided for the webinar. This is the first of a series of webinars that we're going to be doing. We're really excited, looking to do something about once a month. On our Magellan Promotions website, we have a whole page on our webinars. And next month, on March 17th, we're actually going to be doing a recruitment-focused webinar on yield and anti-melt solutions. So we'll also include that information in the follow-up email. So again, just want to say thank you so much for joining us today. Hopefully it was helpful and informative, and hopefully you had a little fun too. And just wanted to reiterate that we're really here to be a resource for you in your work. So please don't hesitate to let us know how we can help, or if you'd like a quote for any of the items that we showed you today. I'd also be excited to connect with y'all individually as well. Following our email, or our follow-up email from the webinar will include a link where you can schedule a time to connect for a quick 30 minutes to talk about these ideas as well as other solutions or ways that we can help. And you can pick a time that works best for you. So again, on behalf of myself and the Magellan Promotions team, just want to say thank you so much for joining us today, and y'all take care.
Thank you, everyone.